Hello, welcome again. Today's topic is real estate frenzy. It's a multifaceted issue. Join me as I navigate through its complexities. A recent survey posed a thought-provoking question. What holds the highest value in life? Surprisingly, Koreans overwhelmingly prioritized money, whereas Europeans and Americans prioritized family. It seems we are driven to live more affluent lives over the contentment found within family bonds. Even though we are absolutely richer than before, we still want to run to catch up with people around us. Many ordinary people here dream of getting rich quickly, either through stock market investments or riding the wave of soaring property prices, as there are limited ways available to break free from a sense of relative poverty or achieve a luxurious life they aspire to. During the pandemic, the government slashed the key interest rates to stimulate the sluggish economy, but it triggered frantic rush towards property purchases. Koreans especially prefer apartments, known as condominiums, in America, so real estate products are relatively uniform, which makes it easy to buy and sell an apartment based solely on factors like size, orientation, which is very important for Koreans, and location. Apartments were traded like stocks. Some people bought an apartment even without looking inside the facility. Many young people crazily rushed to the bandwagon of buying houses before they thought it was too late. On the other hand, only a few in their 50s and older participated in this frenzy, as they knew the market was a bubble. Every day, news broke out with a record-breaking price deal somewhere in Seoul. Young people panicked, fearing they might never be able to afford a house. They said today's price is the lowest. This frenzy led to continuous construction, evident in the numerous apartment buildings being built in many places in the city or in the middle of the countryside paddy fields. The whole country is packed with cubicle apartment buildings. In fact, despite high real estate prices, it is relatively easy for Koreans to buy a house. They only need less than 40% of the house price for ownership, some of which can be also obtained through bank loans. We call it gap investment. Let's see how it works. Korea has a unique house renting system called jeonse, a long-term rent. A tenant pays key money, which is usually 60 to 70% of the house price for a 2-year lease, reclaiming it upon moving out. When the jeonse system emerged, it was not easy for individuals to get a bank loan. So a house owner would go to a tenant to borrow money instead of charging monthly rent in exchange for the permission to live in his house. 2 years later, the tenant moves out with the deposited money. The owner can find another tenant to move in, and the money from the new tenant is given to the departing tenant. It has been a continuous cycle for a long time as a convenient private financial system. Little problem occurred because usually the next key money was higher than the previous one. Like a big storm, many people rushed to buy a house already occupied by tenants, seeking profits in a few years with minimal investment. For example, if a house price is about $1 million, you can buy the house with about $300,000 to $400,000, provided there is a potential tenant who would deposit the rest to move in. In the meantime, even long-term rent price was gradually increasing, but people didn't care much about it. Tenants perceived it as manageable, as it would be possible to get a loan for the long-term rent because interest rates were very low. In Korea, it is possible to get a loan for a long-term rent and to get a loan for ownership of a house. There has been a strong belief among many Koreans that real estate investment is always a winning choice because house prices eventually went up and will continue to go up as long as our economic growth continues. But problems started to occur. U.S. has raised key interest rates to curb sky-high inflation since the pandemic. If the U.S. raises interest rates, Korea has to follow suit. Failing to do so would result in capital flight to higher interest rate countries like America. So Korea has few options. Houses have already changed hands at high prices multiple times. But recently, with the interest rates getting higher, potential tenants are seeking for cheaper rents, leaving the house owner finding it difficult to secure a new tenant and money to give to the departing tenant. This also discourages a potential buyer from purchasing a house because of the widened gap in required investment. House owners who find it difficult to pay for the mortgage loans wanted to sell their properties, but still at high prices. Few buyers are interested. Now painful time has come. Every month, people have to repay their mortgage loans at 3 times higher interest rates than the pandemic period. Many houses now face auctions. The hidden problem has been clearly and cruelly revealed. 2 people contribute to supporting the price of one house through 2 loans for renting and for ownership. Extreme bubble has been formed. No wonder. According to the statistics economists often cite, it would take ordinary people 20 plus years on average to buy a house in Seoul without spending even $1. Our household debts long surpassed our annual GDP. People are frustrated. All eyes are on the U.S., hoping for a reduction in key interest rates, which could influence Korean banks. Will it happen soon? I don't know, but the real estate market seems to be clearly strange, such that 1,000 square feet apartment price is higher than $1 million USD in many parts of Seoul. It is not an extreme case. Of course, there are both more expensive houses and also cheaper ones as well. That's the current scenario in Korea. It feels like a ticking time bomb. This is all for today. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye.